Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
This is Oscar Bevis for IFL TV, Viv Parsons. Rosemary, thank you very much for giving me some of your time. How are we today?
All good, all good.
Good. Because it's your first time on the channel, we'll do kind of a little bit of get to know and your background and your journey into the sport. I always like to start right at the beginning, so I guess if you can give me like a first boxing memory, be it a fight you watched, someone put gloves on you at 2 years old, I don't know. What was your first boxing memory?
I didn't really know anything about boxing before I came down, so this is the same gym that I started at when I was 12. And I remember like the first time I come down, they had a female coach there, and I remember she took me aside, she taught me the basics, and she said to me afterwards, like, you could really do something in this sport. And I think ever since then I was like just hooked. Like 8 years later, I'm here still.
Yeah, it's brilliant that the gym you started at is still the gym that you're in. So if you knew nothing about boxing, how did you end up coming into the gym in the first place?
So I used to do judo for many years, and I was like always sporty as a kid, but there weren't many girls in judo. So when this gym opened up, my brother went, and my mum sort of made me come down because I had so much energy at home. So I came down, and I just loved it straight away.
It's a little bit of helping mum for you to chill out. So in them 8 years, you've been very successful as an amateur. Talk to me about the time you first competed and kind of how it's progressed and kind of, I guess, some of the stuff that you've won.
So I had my first fight when I was 13. Actually lost my first fight, but from then on we just like went up. I won junior cadet title, won a youth title, won the seniors last year, and then went on to win GBs as well. So it's just been upwards since then. Yeah, it's been amazing.
Do you remember a lot about that first fight at 13?
I do.
Is that the one you remember the most because it's the first one?
Probably, yeah. So I remember losing on a split. Obviously, it's your first fight. You don't really know what's going on. Like, it feels like the worst thing that's ever happened to you. But I think if I hadn't taken that loss, like, it wouldn't have. I'd be a different boxer today because you've never sort of got that ode to lose. You're always learning. You're always progressing. Yeah.
No, yeah, 100%. And so many fights in between, and you've got a GB assessment coming up. Bobby was saying boxing a lot for Team England, as we can see on your shirt, and that involves a lot of travelling as well. So we're talking kind of now you're at the upper echelons of the amateur scene.
Yeah, so broken through the England circuit this last year, went out to box for them in Spain, Croatia, Denmark. So it's been an amazing few months. Then hopefully looking to break it onto GB the next couple of years as well. Yeah.
Talk to me about them trips away.
It's mad. It's an experience. Yeah, it's amazing.
So I know from speaking to people, there's a lot more than just boxing that goes on. Everyone has a good time as well.
Yeah, we all have a good time. We all went out to Tenerife for training camp the last couple of weeks, and it's like everyone's working, everyone's elite athletes, but you have fun in between, so it's a good time.
You can't not when you're in a place like Tenerife. Of course, I know your focus is on what you're doing now, but there will be a point, a couple of years, 5 years, I don't know, when you kind of consider turning professional. Is it something that's ticked away at you yet, or?
Yeah, especially since we've got Isaac Chamberlain training us at the gym, Mohamed Samir, Ollie Edwards. So we've got a good pro stable building, and I think I've got a good style for the pros. I'm strong and I'm fit. I can fight, I can box. So I think that's where I want to be looking at in the next sort of year and a half, 2 years, turning over.
I mean, it's a wicked time for female boxers. We're always growing. The fights are getting bigger. The money's getting bigger. In terms of the scene now, is there anyone that you would say is your, I don't want to say role model, because you're a fighter yourself, but who is it that you're looking up to, would you say, the most out of all the ladies at the moment?
There's so many out there. I've been lucky enough to spar some of the pros, like Ellie Scotney, Sky Nicholson, who've been just amazing because I've looked up for them for years, and to get those opportunities to spar them as well. We've had Fran Hennessy who's been sparring as well, who's obviously doing amazing things as a young woman coming through. Got to say Kate Taylor's the classic one, but I think she's reaching the end of her journey at the moment now as well. Yeah,
everyone, you've got to drop Katie Taylor in there. It's just kind of the rules. It's wicked the fact that you've managed to spar these girls. I mean, you mentioned like Sky Nicholson on the verge of fighting for a world title. So when you're mixing it in these spars, I guess there's perhaps a bit in the back of your head that goes, when I turn over, at least I know I've got the capability to kind of hold my own, and I could be successful in this.
Yeah, 100%. It's all about like testing where I am now and seeing. Obviously, the team believes in me. I believe in where I'm at, but to then be able to get in the ring and prove that you can compete at this level, is what you want, especially when they're stronger, they're more set, they've got that pro style. It's good to be able to know you can sort of hold your own in there. Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned the gym and the pro stable that's building. How wicked is it training alongside these guys? And specifically Isaac, I mean, what he's achieved, we saw him standing in York Hall with the British Commonwealth and the belts. How wicked is it training alongside these guys?
It's been amazing. So Isaac's been here in the gym for about, I think, 3 years now, something like that. Obviously, you've seen his whole journey. When he came in, no one really knew what he was doing. He was fighting on smaller cards, and since I've been training around him, he's had the Bill and Smith fight. He's then gone on to win the British, the Commonwealth. So you can see his journey, not just like in his boxing, but in his career. He's come from bad times and he's come through to the end. So you can always believe in yourself when you've got someone like that.
Yeah, wicked, and world title very soon, I'm sure. So just a final one, probably a daft question for me to end on, because I think I know what the answer is going to be. But where does your boxing story end?
Got to be world titles, world champion. That's the one.
Wall Street Memes Casino
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.